Good morning, San Antonio. Ooh, I'm way too loud this morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Medicare Space Live this morning, this very beautiful Friday morning as the rain left. My name is Victoria Cabrera. And who do we have here today?
And I am Sylvia Toscano. And today we also have Adriana Rodriguez.
She's always so like,
I know. You should hear her in the office. She's loud and rowdy. Everybody on the third floor hears her.
Yeah,
that's true.
I got the building manager like, hey, what's going on in there, guys?
But
what do y'all?
here she's all, hi.
Here, she's like, hey, guys. So today she's channeling her Wednesday. Wait,
Yes.
is it Wednesday?
Mm-hmm. It is. It's Wednesday,
It's
right?
Wed-
It's
and you
Wednesday
got
Adams.
can you kick your boots up to
Yes.
see?
Let me see your boots.
Oh, you can't kick them that high.
Ooh, I love your
Whoa,
boots.
you definitely are looking like Wednesday from Adam's Family. That's my niece's favorite character. Well, one of her favorite characters. She actually played an awesome Wednesday for Halloween one time. So anyway,
Ooh.
how's everybody doing this morning? Good morning. We are here to help you with your Medicare questions, and we are going to be taking. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining in, guys. We're getting ready to go this morning. Today, man, it's an exciting day today, because what is it today, guys?
Today's Friday, October the 1st.
October
What
the
does that
1st.
mean? What does that mean? That means that today officially I can actually start talking about insurance plans, and everybody can call me and we can start comparing. You can call all of us.
Yep.
And we can start comparing your current plan with next year's plan.
Yeah.
I was at the senior center yesterday. They're like, come on, it's only one day. I'm like, I can't, don't make me. I'm going to get in trouble.
I know, they're
one
like-
day, what's the big deal?
I know.
Like,
well,
I
it's kind of like
can't.
we're breaking the law, you know? Like,
Yes.
what's the big deal about going 50 miles over the speed limit? Well, that's
Yeah.
kind of the same thing. We can't. Now, today we can.
Now, today we can.
We can, and now it's specific to Medicare Advantage and prescription drug plans. If you have questions in regard to that, you can call us today at 866-717-8683. Good morning, Josie. Good morning, Julia. Gosh, you guys are up so early. People are giving me a hard time. Why am I at work? Because my wedding is tomorrow.
I know.
But hey, the people need to hear. Right? The people need to hear what's
Yes.
going on.
And you need the distraction.
And I need the distraction.
Yes. Because if not, you probably have a house full of visitors too, right?
We
Or
do.
you-
Well, we do have some family from Columbia that's here
Nice.
today. We have some family from Corpus. We have, of course, us to take care of. We have a lot of things. Actually, we don't have a lot going on because we got a lot of stuff done yesterday.
Okay.
So it's just kind of like today's like keeping our composure pretty much. Like, and hopefully, you know, like last night it rained really hard, or it was thundering and lightning really hard. So I feel like these last 2 days I haven't gotten any sleep. So
Okay.
the night before on Thursday, no, wait, what's today? Friday. On Wednesday night, I get out of the shower. I'm like, yes, relax. I can relax. And I hear Carmenza like, Mila, what did you do? And I'm like, oh my God, what happened? Right? She's like, she ate a whole chocolate bar. And I'm like, what? We got it. And of course I panic because she's like my child. Right. So I'm like, well, we got to take her. We got to take her to the ER. You know, I get all like frazzled because I don't know how to act with dogs eating a chocolate bar. So I'm like, do something, like call the ER. So she called the poison control. They said that we probably should bring her in, but the ER was full.
Oh.
So the next best thing we could do is give her, I don't know if you guys know this, and I'm not a veterinarian, so don't listen to me. They said that we can give her some hydrogen peroxide, the 3%.
Okay.
And that's basically a way to make them throw up.
Throw up.
But you got to go to they go by pounds, because if you give them too much, it could actually be poisonous for them. So you got to be careful. So yeah, sure enough, we gave her the little hydrogen peroxide, and she got it all out.
Wow.
Yeah. And so if you have dogs or cats or pets, I don't know about cats.
I don't know.
You might want to just talk to your vet to see, hey, so we carry Benadryl.
Okay.
We carry peroxide now.
For the dog?
The dog, because did you know you can give dogs Benadryl
to
Oh,
sleep.
wow.
Or for the allergies.
No, Sylvia, calm down.
That's what she uses it for.
No, I give it. I
She's
used
like, I put it in the kids.
Like they used to give us whiskey to make us go to sleep.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie.
That's
I
why.
remember getting a shot of Crown when I was feeling sick one time, and I was probably like 11 years old.
Yes, back then. Come on, just a little bit. Or they used to get the bottle, the nipple of the bottle, and soak
Dang.
it.
Oh, yes, in the whiskey.
Yes,
I've
the
heard of that.
whiskey.
It's supposed to help with teething.
Yes. It
What was
does.
that? Game of Thrones? Did you watch Game of Thrones?
Yes, I love that show.
Milk of the puppy, right?
There you go. No, I give Lady Benadryl because she has bad allergies.
She's like one for you and one for
And
me.
one
So
for me.
Benadryl, if they get like bit by something or they eat something that they're allergic to, you could see like them swelling up. You could give them doses of Benadryl. You got to make sure it fits their weight.
Mhm.
Of course, again, we are not in any way a veterinarian, so don't
No, we're
listen to
not.
us. Call your vet. But we did give her hydrogen peroxide. She threw up. I was still able not to sleep because I was paranoid. Like, what if she's not breathing? What if So of course I'm a worrywart, so I didn't sleep. And then last night
Again.
I went to sleep. I was like, yes, I can sleep. And then of course we were getting really bad thunder, really bad lightning, and Mila gets so scared. And so she's like jumping and like trying to wake me up. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like,
I told you they sell those vests
Yes,
for them.
the comfort vest.
It's like a comfort vest.
Really?
Yes.
for when it rains.
Because
And
it's
it's
heavy where they
thunder.
can't walk. They're like, as much as I want to get up, I can't walk around because it's too heavy.
And their arms are just flapping, but their body can't
I
move.
promise we don't abuse animals or
no.
children.
Me? No,
okay.
not at all.
No animal was harmed in the
Sylvia-
making of this podcast.
Yeah, no animal.
They're like my kids.
Oh,
I love my dogs.
we are super excited about this week because it is the start for the agents out there that are helping people on Medicare. This is the start of it's not technically annual enrollment because
Right.
annual enrollment doesn't start until October. Oh my gosh, today October the 15th, but today is October
Was that
1st.
an accident you just used?
What?
October the
October the 15th. I might be channeling some like British what do you
I
call
think so.
what's the what's
A
that show that
European-
everybody's
Downtown Abbey.
No, it's the other one with the
Which
guy
one?
that's like real hot. The one that's like, what's the guy? The one that on
I don't-
Netflix.
There's a lot-
Bridgerton, the Bridgertons.
Oh, okay, with the young with like the debutantes, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay.
I haven't
yes,
seen it.
yes. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it.
It's so maybe I'm channeling that. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? How are you guys doing this morning? Let us know how you're doing. As you can see, I'm pretty tired. I'm stumbling over my words.
She's
I can't
not
talk
drunk.
this morning.
She hasn't
not
had
drunk.
any
The
of it,
coffee is-
just coffee.
The coffee is not kicking in fast enough. Sylvia didn't pour me
I know.
mimosa like she was supposed to. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's
a
Freaky
slow
Friday.
It's
Freaky
Freaky Do the
Friday.
little diener,
It's
neener,
Freaky
neener, neener.
Well, today's October 1st. I love October 1st because it's like the fall,
Yes,
right?
the
Yes.
beginning.
Is it the beginning of fall? I love when it's like,
And the weather was nice and cool this morning when
Oh,
they let the dogs
yeah.
out.
yes,
it was nice.
We love it. We
I
love it.
this weather. Can't wait.
Laura, aloha from Hawaii. Yes.
Hawaii.
Ooh,
Oh,
we got some
wow.
listeners from, I bet you the weather over there is not rainy and
no, I bet you
cold.
It's beautiful.
Oh man, what I would give to just be on a beach with like soft sand, not the like cracky one.
No.
Mhm.
Does
The
Hawaii
white.
have like the white sand? Do you know?
Never
Let
been
us
there.
know, Lori, if the Hawaii has the white
And if
sand.
you're close by, take a picture first.
Yeah, let us
Of
know
the
of the beach.
Yes.
So I'm so glad you guys are joining in this morning. I know that you guys are very, very busy. It's Aloha Friday. Weather is beautiful.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
Nice. Well, we'll have to go visit Hawaii. I love San Antonio, but who doesn't want to go to Hawaii?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, geez, who
I
doesn't
went-
want to go?
I went to go do my hair yesterday, a little trim, and the girl is going to Hawaii for 2 weeks next
Mm.
month. I'm
Oh
like,
my
I'm so
gosh.
no, December the 3rd for 10 days.
Wow. Well, we're
Her
gonna
and
hold
her
off our
husband.
honeymoon until after the new year.
Okay.
Because us overachievers like to work.
Right.
So
and where are you going?
we want to go to Bora Bora.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah. But you know how you see on the Instagram with all the people like on those little
Like the little huts on the,
the
water?
huts and then
Oh,
you see
yes,
the
yes.
fish.
Uh-huh.
And that's what we want to do.
That's
Ooh,
nice.
That's nice.
But then I always think now because we just watched that movie called The Island or no, what's called Old? It's called Old. Have you seen it?
Mm-mm.
The one you were telling us about.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna take anybody up on if they want to take us to a private island, and then we get like, if y'all haven't seen that movie, it's pretty freaky. Then I'm like, you age like they age like in a whole day.
Oh,
Did you watch it on
no.
TV or at the theater?
It was the movies. It was at the movies.
Okay.
Yeah. And, it's kind of cool to go back to the movies because I know it was closed for a while. So like getting back to the movies and actually
I
like
can't wait to go back.
eating
Yeah, I
the
know.
popcorn. Like there's not really a
Yes.
lot of great movies out, but just getting into the movies is like I love
theater.
movie popcorn.
Mhm.
In fact, we have a theater like really, really close by, and I think
Desiree brought us some the other day. A big old.
oh nice. Hey,
popcorn.
when the boss is away, I miss out on everything. Jeez
It
whiz.
was delicious.
Gosh.
Joshua took it home.
And you
took
know
the
you can
whisk.
get free refills, right? Did he go get free refills?
I didn't know that. Really?
I think if you buy the big one, you get
Yeah,
a
if
free
you get
refill.
the
we're gonna go
large,
every
I think.
day. Can we have, can I have a free refill? They don't
Oh my
know.
god. Well, guys, let us know if you have questions. Right now, it's kind of a free for all this morning because it is kind of that time period. So we want to answer any questions. Remember, we can't talk carrier specifics on the
Right.
show, but we can talk general. If you have questions, if you're new to Medicare, we want to help you. Otherwise, we'll just keep talking about ourselves all morning and all day. So what are you guys going to be up to this annual enrollment? Let me know.
Calling people, getting ready for it, comparing. This
Mhm.
is your first Adriana's
know.
first AEP. So I know she's excited
Yes. And nervous.
and nervous.
Yeah,
Say it
she-
loud. Say it with gusto.
Yeah.
Nervous. I'm
Put some
nervous.
cojones into it.
I am a little bit nervous.
Oh my God. Are you
But
really?
well, it's my first, but I have a good support system, so I'm not too worried about
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
I think it's for me, it's just a matter of me making sure nobody falls through the cracks
Yes.
and making sure I'm able to help everybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
Adriana is like, I used to be like this when I first started my first job back in like 05. And you deal with customers and you come across a service issue, not something so much that we did, but like sometimes the carriers are not perfect, right? Like they
Mhm.
didn't send the ID card or they got the name on the doctor wrong or something. So like if something happens like that, Adriana's like, oh my God, they didn't
She's
get the
a
card.
rookie.
And I'm like, it's okay. It's going to be fine.
No, it's because I come from the customer service industry
Yeah.
where it was all about the
On
customer.
top of it.
And we
Uh-huh.
are all about the customer here. It's just like I have it so ingrained in my head and just I
But
want to
that's a good
take
thing.
care of it like at that moment. Like I don't like
Right.
for things to linger. I don't like to leave things undone. So for me, like if I have to say it a little bit later to make sure something's taken care of,
Yeah.
I will do that because
Like
I will
clean
lose
my-
sleep.
She-
clean
she
my
did-
desk.
Yeah. Oh, well, you know what? I have to give credit to Adriana because like she knows that we've been doing a lot this week for the wedding. And so and Sylvia too, like God, like everybody's been so like nice, but these two especially because they're like, what do you need? Do you need anything? Do you? And so this morning I woke up extra early because I'm like, man, I need to clean my office because I had a couple of things going on this morning. So I was like, let me get to the office a little early, clean the office so that way because we're gonna have the show. And I came in and I'm like,
It's
what?
clean.
The office is so clean. My desk is clean. And I'm like, wow, this feels so good. And Desiree's like, oh yeah, Adriana says that it needed to be clean in here because if not, you were gonna get really stressed out. I was like, yeah.
Well, I didn't say that. I said to them, I like how Desiree inserted some words there, but I was like, look,
Are you sure
guys.
you didn't use a B
I-
word or
no,
anything?
this is exactly what I said. I said, look, and it wasn't even like so much your office. I did that like kind of on the side. I was like, look, if we don't clean this up, she's gonna notice. And then like you all need to we need to clean this up. Like it'll sit there unless I say something.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yes.
like, come on, guys, we gotta help me put this up. You do that. Like I had to
Let's clean
delegate
it up.
tasks. So, and to be honest with you, I'm just like a neat freak. So I think it works out for everybody
Yeah.
because I'm
Works
like,
out for me.
you know what? Let me just clean it and then we'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then everything's good. So, yeah. That's what I said to her.
We all pull our weight around here.
Yes.
Sylvia
We sure do.
brings me treats.
Yes.
I want to
Healthy
make sure
food?
she's eating right.
She wants to
with
make
the
sure?
wedding. She's probably not eating right. She's stressed, not sleeping. I'm going to give her melatonin extra strength as soon as the show's over, so she can take a
Oh.
nap.
And
over
she's
there
going
on
to
the
fall
floor.
asleep here
Yeah,
and
she
then
can
she'll
fall
wake up
asleep.
tomorrow morning.
Yes, is what she needs. A good sleep.
Well, we don't want to take away from our listeners. What do you guys need to hear? So you came across a situation, Sylvia, that you were talking about earlier about an assisted living. What were you saying about it?
Yeah. So the lady that does our hair was telling me yesterday that she's got a situation with her mother-in-law who lives alone, and her dementia's just progressed so rapidly in the last couple of months. And so they're not sure what to do at this point. The doctor already told them she can't be alone anymore. Yeah. She's a danger to herself. She lives in an apartment, but she lives by herself. So they're not sure. She's got a little extra money. You know, sometimes a lot of the seniors, they save their money and they don't want to use it. And then unfortunately, when it gets to a point like this, they're going to have to spend down the money. Yeah. Because they want to put her in assisted living or a nursing home, but the state is not going to help with all this chunk of money there. Yeah. And so it's like, okay, what do we do? So, at that time I was telling her, first of all, you need to find out where she can go. We had the same situation with my dad a couple of years ago. He got dementia really fast. One day he's literally in Victoria. He got lost. Oh my God. And he drove all the way down Rigsby to Victoria. And they found him. He ended up going in the ditch. Oh my gosh. Anyway, and it progressed so rapidly. And so when they start getting bad, you don't know, okay, do they go into an assisted living or do they go to a nursing home or long-term care? There's so many options out there. My brother was the executor. And so nobody was sure where to put him. We wanted to put him in an assisted living, but the doctor said no. The facility told my brother no because he needed extra help. Yeah. So I know they want to put her in an assisted living, but it all goes back to the doctor and what they recommend. Because we can see somebody and think, they really don't need a whole lot of care. They're okay physically, but mentally is another thing, or they live by themselves, and then when does the help come in? So
that's a tough one because for those of you that don't know, I think you may have mentioned this, but Medicare does not cover long-term care. Right. Medicare, CAR, ending with CAR, because people get Medicaid mixed up with Medicare. Yes. Why they name it such the same, I don't know, but Medicare does not cover long-term care. That actually rhymes. Right. Medicare, Medicare long-term care. That's how tired I am, guys.
Medicare. That sounds good. Medicare long-term care. We need to write that down.
Well, because they both end in care, so it's not technically like a rhyme if it's the same word. Medicare does not cover long-term care. Right. And so I actually had this almost the exact same situation with a friend of mine as well. But what she was saying was not what she was saying is that a lot of people don't know that. So they think, oh, my Medicare will cover it. Yep. Ran into this situation in Georgetown, same thing, not dementia, but it was something else. He had got out of the hospital. And so like, okay, well, we want to go ahead and put him in a nursing home. And we're like, but you got to pay for that. Like if it's going to be long-term, you got to pay. And they're like, and it was the daughter-in-law. So she didn't really know. And she's like, well, what do I do? She can't live alone. And if you're saying we have to pay for it, because I found out his income was too high by himself. So he didn't qualify for Medicaid. And she's like, so what do I do? I said, he doesn't have a policy in place. He doesn't have Medicaid. The really only thing you could do is probably take him in until you figure out what you guys can do. So they had to actually, now the father has to live with them. Because he can't live alone. They can't afford to put him in an assisted living facility or long-term care facility. So it's a really, it's something to consider. Right. That because we don't think like that. We're like, oh yeah, we're healthy, we're fine. But I'm like, what
at some point, right?
You do have to think about you don't want to live in fear all the time. Like, whoa, this is gonna. But you do want to know, like, kind of be smart about it and plan. Right. Like, okay. Like us, like me and Carmenza, we're not going to have kids. We don't plan on having kids. So we're already thinking about, okay, this is how much we need for one. If one of us can't like fend for ourselves, that we have a nurse that can come in and take care of us. We still have our house, or we have enough money where we can go into an assisted living facility and take care of us. Because the last thing we want is our family to have to take on that burden as much as they would love. I mean, not love to do it, but as much as they would do it because they love you, it's like you want to think about these situations. So it always gets me thinking, like, what can we do, And there are policies out there you can buy and they're not cheap, but you just want to think about that. Like, what's the plan of action?
Right. And for the children of the parents, I just came across this situation a couple of months ago. They had put the mother in a nursing home, and she actually qualified for Medicaid. The son was getting these bills for $50,000-$60,000 for the last couple of months. And he's like, I can't afford to pay this. Well, she did qualify for Medicaid, but she had a policy, an insurance policy.
And life insurance, yeah.
Life insurance that somehow Medicaid found out.
Well, they will.
And they will find everything out.
Yeah.
You can't hide from Big Brother.
Yeah.
So they found out. They told the son, you need to either get rid of it or pay it off or whatever. He couldn't find the policy. His mom has real bad dementia. So it's like a limbo thing, because the nursing home won't tell the son who the policy holder is, because he's not next of kin. Well, he is next of kin, but she never placed anything as he's going to be my power of attorney. So now Medicaid doesn't want to help. He can't find, he's calling all these insurance trying to see if this policy is with them. And he called and asked me, I'm like,
maybe he can look at the bank account that it's coming out of.
And that's exactly what I told him. But he can't look at her bank account because the bank won't give him anything. So he's kind of, it's really bad. And he's constantly calling me. He's a nice guy, to ask me questions. And some I can answer, and some it's like, he's like, is there a database where you could put her name in and it would tell you what insurance would come out? And I think that would be great on the life insurance. I know we have something like that with Medicare. If you put a Medicare information,
I'm sure they can research it, but I think what's hurting him is the fact that he's not the power, like he's not power of attorney. He's not the beneficiary. He's not policy owner. Like, as much as like, yes, that's my mom, or that's my sister, or that's my brother, that doesn't hold any legal power.
Exactly.
You know?
So again, it goes back to what you were saying. People don't want to think about these things, but thinking ahead of time, right? So if God forbid I do get dementia, who am I going to put in place to make these decisions for me?
Yeah. And you know, we're all guilty of it. Like we ourselves need to take our own advice sometimes, as far as like having these things in place. Cause I know, like Carmenza and I travel a lot. So I'm like, okay, what would happen to Mila if something happened?
Exactly.
So I'm like, okay, so animals. Now we got to like figure out who's going to take care of our dog, and who's going to take over the house, and who's going to take over the cars. Like, that's all the stuff that we got to, and I think we had on the show. Oh no, we were going to have somebody on the show that talks about living wills,
right?
That you can have that in place at the very least, you know, at least getting something like that situated.
Right.
But those, unfortunately, those situations come up more than like we would like to see, just because, and it's very hard because we're experts in Medicare, but sometimes on just like standard topics like Social Security, Medicaid, we know just enough to like get you the information. But to make like give you the final decisions is kind of hard to let you know.
It is
to let you guys know.
There's a lot of unique situations.
Yes.
So it's not like we don't know everything about it. It's just that every situation is so unique. So to be able to give you a final answer, it's kind of like, well, I'm sorry, you're going to have to reach out to them.
And especially with long-term care, you know, because I don't sell any long-term care. You know, I do help them with Medicaid, but like with this particular situation with my client and his mom, he had no idea that anything was in place, that she had a life insurance or anything. He just knew how much he made, and that's it.
Yeah.
So it's hard, you know, to figure out, to maneuver out there. And then there's so many options. There's home health, and there's assisted living, and there's long-term care. We had our dad in a private home because my brother didn't want to put him in a nursing home because he just didn't like it. And so they took all his Social Security. Then my brother had to pay a big chunk of it to keep him there. So there's so many options out there. You think, oh, nursing home, it's not that simple. You know, it's not. And they all charge so much. They really do.
And there's a reason for it, because
they're taking care of your parents.
Yeah, you got medical care, you got food, you got all of that, depending too, like on what your what the situation is as far as, but if you guys have ever dealt with something like that, let us know. I'm curious to see your situation, your take on, or any feedback you have on that. If you guys have dealt with that before, but it's a topic to bring up because it's been happening more and more lately.
Right.
Not lately, it happens all the time, but we hear about
Closer
yeah.
to home, I guess.
Yes.
I'm doing my will right now, and my lawyer suggested I put down 3 people.
Sylvia, did I get you any coffee this morning? Stephanie's like, back off,
walk away. So he was saying to put 3 people, just in case something happens. And he mentioned my animals. He's like, you have to see if you have any, if you have any cats or dogs or parrots or whatever. And I'm like, oh no, that's the first thing I
parrots.
Yes, that's what he said. So it's like, yes, that's what I have to do. Make sure Will and Lulu are taken care of.
Can you imagine? We had a little parrot. My grandma had a little parrot, and the only word he says was like, "Cotrorik."
What?
Cotrorik. That's all he said all the time. His name was George, but I think Cotrorik, isn't it a parrot? Mean parrot? Doesn't
That's what you're
Cotorro.
saying.
Maybe that's what he was trying to say, but he was like Cotrorik.
And I only know that because of the loteria. I think that's on the loteria, isn't it? Cotorro.
Yes, yes.
Maybe he was trying to say I'm
a partner.
No, he was probably saying like and it was so random because like he would just be roaming around in the house. And so sometimes when I'd go to the restroom and you hear something in the little shower curtain and I'm like, what's going on? And then he's like, Cotrori. And I'm like, oh my God, it's so creepy.
Oh, no.
Good morning, Stephanie. Good morning. Thank you guys so much for joining in. I know today's kind of one of those days because we really didn't have a topic to talk about today because it is the annual enrollment starting for Medicare. And we just figured we'd answer some of your questions.
Right.
We'd let you know that it's that time of the year to go over your new 2022 Medicare health plan benefits and the prescription drug plan benefits for the new year. If you're an agent out there, we wish you the best.
Yes.
A very, very, very abundant annual enrollment. I know that happy, healthy.
Yes.
It's
healthy.
either you lose weight or you gain weight. I don't know. Which one do you do, Sylvia?
Gain weight.
I gain weight as well.
I want to lose weight.
I think everybody was on the diet for your wedding. And I'm not talking about anybody else, but I know I didn't lose anything. And I have plenty, a year, plenty of time.
It's okay.
Well,
Last night I was doing sit-ups. One more day.
That's
Come
what
on. I can lose something in a day.
Good morning, Ron. What's going on? Yeah. Well, that's why they created Spanx. Okay,
that's true.
That's what it pays off to be a woman, guys.
Yes.
I don't know if they have Spanx for men.
I think they do.
They do.
I did see something about a
Really?
Spank for it's a shirt.
Oh,
It's a shirt that makes you look.
That goes underneath your regular shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hide the beer belly?
That's what it's for.
Wow. Can you hide beer in the Spanx?
They're like, I like that. They're like, let me have a beer. I've got it here.
Yeah.
That is a good idea. Somebody's out there hearing you. They're going to come up with something like
I'm
that.
pretty sure what's her name? The lady that created Spanx, she's probably already thought about it already. It's called Manx.
So there's a
Hey,
place-
Ron, just, if you create it, let us know. We'll take a little fee off the top.
Yes.
There's a place on San Pedro and Oblate. It's a truck
Mhm.
and they sell them there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
For men?
No, for women.
Oh,
But
well, I was
you
like,
go
Sylvia,
in there
don't
and
walk
then-
over there.
I don't know. Maybe they do.
Hey, they're like, come to
But
the
if
back.
you need
I got
one,
something for you.
there's a truck out there, and it says it in Spanish. How do you say
You're the one that speaks
girdles
Spanish.
or something? I don't know what it is,
I
but
don't even
they
know.
sell them there. You go in there, they got all kinds.
They're like, let me open their
Yes.
raincoat.
Exactly.
What do you got? We got these and we got these.
I used to wear a
All kinds
waist
of
trainer,
stuff.
and those things are so uncomfortable. I used to wear it though, like all day. That is so
What is that,
uncomfortable.
a
It's like a
waist-
waist trainer. It was like
Really?
a trend. All the girls were doing it. Oh my gosh, no! I'd rather just not do that to myself.
Hey, you're like this. I
Yes.
can't
breathe.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
I can't believe I ever did
If
that.
if you just joined in, we're talking about Spanx because we were supposed to lose weight for my wedding, which is tomorrow, and we did not,
No.
including me.
But we
So
tried.
I've accepted, my weight right now, and that my spouse will love me for who I am
There
and
you
how I
go.
look. She's like, no, you better work on it.
Starting Monday, for sure, we're going to start on it again. 'Cause for the holidays.
Oh,
I have to
yes.
lose some weight
You
because
know
during
what?
the holidays I eat like a pig.
I always lose weight actually in the third quarter of the year because I
Yes.
always like decide to go on diets during like the holidays, and I don't end up gaining the weight because I'm not eating like all the goods like the cookies, the pies, all that stuff.
So during AP, I always give up bread. And so I usually have like crackers and peanut butter before because I was always out and about. I mean, I used to put 1,000 miles every week when, a couple of years ago when I was out. And so a lot of times I wouldn't eat. So I wouldn't eat any bread, no fast food, which I really don't eat any fast food or anything. And so I would try to lose some weight during that AP.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Because then Christmas comes, buñuelos. I love buñuelos.
We already had
a
this
lot of
conversation
sweets,
already.
but I love that. And then, tamales and turkey and just so much stuff, that
yeah,
you eat.
Yeah. Well, when I was in the field and I was visiting clients during this time, they would always, oh, thank you so much. And they pick like oranges off their tree and send me home with a bag.
Where'd you go? The country?
I was everywhere. I was driving everywhere. One annual enrollment, I did put 25,000 miles on my car.
When you were working in Austin.
I was going back and forth to Georgetown, to Round Rock, to like Corpus, to like, I was driving everywhere. I didn't care. And they would like, I'd say, oh, well, I got to drive back to San Antonio. They feel bad. So they give me like raisin bread. Like, even if it was halfway done already, they'd be like, oh, let me give you some raisin bread. Or they'll send me home with like pan dulce, or they offered to make me like breakfast. And I'd always have to, you just, the customers that I did know, like that are my repeat, and I know them,
right.
I would let them make me coffee and stuff like that.
Yes, that's what I do.
If
Not
I'm
everybody.
going into like a brand new home and
You don't know them,
it's probably not the safest thing to do. So you just, well, and these are good topics to talk about because, for you, those of you that are Medicare beneficiaries, you kind of get an inside look of what we deal with as agents. And for those of you that are agents, you kind of are already deal with some type of stuff like this, or maybe you're new and you're going to deal with stuff like this, especially if you're out there in the field.
Yes.
So I always used to, if I knew I had an all day thing, I would carry my little, my cooler, and I'd put waters. I would put my little meals because, or I was eating like 7-Eleven hot dogs, and that's not good. And so you just have to, or sometimes you don't even have time to eat. You're like getting to the next place.
I end up with like thousands of bottled waters in my house because every house I go, they
like,
give me a bottle of water, So I drink it there. Even though you tell them, no, for later. So I always, every day I used to end up 5-6 bottled waters.
Now in Georgetown over there in Sun City,
wine.
They would offer me wine. Yeah, I was real fancy out there. So I'd be getting like the wine. Hey, do you want cheese? Do you want, I'm like, no, I can't drink on the job. My boss will get mad at me. I would have to say, no, we're not allowed, because this
that's
and that.
What I say.
Otherwise I'd have 10 glasses by the time I finish out the day because everybody, out there in Georgetown, if you're listening, you guys have it like y'all, especially in the Sun City area, they have all kinds of fun stuff out there.
All the goodies out there.
All the goodies, yes.
Yeah, I always get, you want some beer? Can I get you a beer? I'm like, no, it's 9 o'clock. I'm like, it's too early.
We're not retired like you yet.
I know it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but no, not right now.
That is so well. And you know what? It's funny because it always feels like it gets here so fast. So like it's gonna end really fast. And then by the time January comes, it feels like we're already preparing for it again.
Yes.
Even though like it's almost a whole year late. Well, not almost a whole year later, like 9 months in the future. But that's just what we do. Even though we help people all year long, this is that busy period where most people do make decisions for the new year.
Yes.
You don't technically have to change, but if you are on a plan, and especially if you're taking medications, it's a good time to review your plan because sometimes the new plans for the New Year's they might not cover the same way. So it's just always good to do a review.
Right.
We're doing those reviews right now. I know Sylvia's been on I know all of our agents are calling on their clients. And we're getting a lot of phone calls too, as far as people asking, and they always call you like yesterday, right? It's like, and now it's like, all right, call me today. Today's the time. It's like, oh,
you're looking at the clock. Is the phone really working? Did they turn on my service?
Yeah. So, but you know what we're really excited about next year good stuff to come for the
Good
live
stuff.
show. We're super
Yes.
excited. We're gonna spice it up a little bit. Not that it's not already spicy.
Spicier.
We're gonna be spicier. We're gonna
Spicier, like
add a
the
little bit
Spice
of
Girls.
jalapeno instead of the what's that sauce? What's the red
The
sauce?
Cholula.
You're Mexican when you say
picante?
Cholula.
Cholula. What's
No,
Cholula?
the Tabasco.
Oh, Tabasco.
She's like, what's Tabasco? I only know Cholula.
I don't like either one of them. I like the actual jalapeno, the fresh jalapeno. I put that in everything. Whatever meal I cook, I chop them up and put them in there.
Fresh jalapenos.
Fresh jalapenos.
I love. Oh, have you had? Well, I haven't taken you. Oh yeah, we did take you to Stouts.
Yes.
Where it was that infused jalapeno margarita.
I am obsessed with those jalapeno
martini. It's
martinis.
Oh my God.
I made them during the fiesta. 2 weeks later, I was dying with my ulcer because it was too much jalapeno.
Let us know if you have questions, concerns, comments about this annual enrollment or what's going on with Medicare during this time while we're just chit-chatting
here.
Chit-chatting. We want to answer your questions. We are live, so we can see what you got going on. We'll definitely answer. Don't be shy. Let us know if you're joining in. We have Ron, we have Stephanie, we have Lori, we have Josie, we have Julia, we have other people that I can't see because this service doesn't tell me who's actually watching. It just tells me how many people are watching. And there's quite a bit of you watching today. Thank you so much. As always, to our returning listeners that are always supporting us, we thank you so much for sharing, for liking, for all that stuff. The more you share it, the more you like it, the more our show gets shared. And we got big things coming up for next year. So we're trying to really, really spice it up with some jalapenos, some fresh jalapenos, and maybe a little bit of Tabasco.
A little bit. No Cholula.
Now I want a Bloody Mary.
Ooh. We have
That's
vodka
healthy.
here.
We don't have tomatoes.
We'll just have the tequila. I mean the vodka. One other thing, people that are supplements, I ran across 2 yesterday and they're like, yeah, but I have a supplement. I'm not going to change. But the PDP, like you said, their drug plan, it's good to compare, even though you think, okay, I'm okay. I don't take a lot of medicine. You might find something less expensive, less deductible.
That's right.
Make sure your prescriptions are all included. So just because you have a supplement and you're okay, a lot of times I've noticed that people that have supplements, they really don't move the drug plans around. They stay with it, and that's for life for them.
Yeah.
And so it's good, because especially with the deductible, some of them have real high deductible because they might have done it 5 years ago when they weren't taking any prescriptions. And now it's 5 years later, they might start taking some.
Yeah.
And so it's good to look at the drug plans.
And another point on that is every year there's always plan changes. I've never been in an annual enrollment where there was not some type of change. There's always some type of change, whether it's a plan leaving the market, whether it's new plans coming in, whether they're phasing out a prescription drug plan, whether they're not. There were a couple of carriers that consolidated some of their drug plans. So, and some of you don't really look at your mail. Like if you're like me, you look at it and you put it away and you're like, I'll get to it later. But then sometimes it might be something very important. Like, hey, you got to change drug plan. Or if you don't, we're going to move you to this plan.
Exactly.
Always keep an eye out for that kind of stuff because you don't want to be caught off guard when you go to the pharmacy. And you can't just enroll in a drug plan just any time in the year. This is the time of the year to do that. So if you do, and we don't, because there's a big misconception when people look at prescription drugs. They're like, well, I'm only paying $10 a month. But then like Sylvia said, you have that high initial deductible, or you might have a high cost for a certain medication because it's no longer covered on the formulary, or maybe it's covered a different way, or maybe you're saving money. It could be on the other side of that. So you can expect different things, on the prescription drug side. So that is a great point because that gets overlooked quite a bit. And Sylvia can help you with that. She's really good at that. So can Adriana. And
nowadays it's so easy. I met with a client yesterday and she's just turning 65. Or actually she just got her disability and she got her Medicare. She had one of those regular embedders or,
ACA
ACA plans. And so a lot of her prescriptions she was getting at 0.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, okay, it's a new ball game now. And a lot of them were 0. One of them was tier 3, which is like 47 or
Mhm.
something. But they had no idea what the donut hole was or the gap. So it's good to, at this time, especially if they have just a drug plan, to
Mhm.
look to see, because we can pull up your prescription, and I could tell her that in 4 months, come January, she was going to fall in the donut hole, which she had no idea what that was. And so,
Yeah.
we can plug them in and tell you exactly how much you're going to pay today and how much you're going to pay 5 or 6 months from now.
And it's so many and if you're new, if you're an agent listening and you're new, or maybe you're a client and you're not doing this, that's a big component, is that the medications are highly overlooked.
Right.
Especially like you've run across it where you've had like, why would they put them on this plan when
Mhm.
now their medication is going to be like 300 out of
Yes.
pocket?
Mhm.
So do the work. Like if you're an agent, don't be lazy. Plug in the
Right.
medications, because at the end of the day, if the client goes to the pharmacy and they have a high out of pocket cost, most likely you didn't look to see if that medication was
Right.
covered.
Mhm.
And technology has made it easy for us.
Yes, it has.
So there should be really no excuse. Remember back then, not back then. I mean, I've been in the independent for 6
Right.
years now, 5 years now, 2015. And
But
you
back
probably
then with
back then
me,
with you,
I used to have a book.
we would have to carry like books for every care or every plan, because they had a
Provider.
formulary and providers.
Provider book
That's
for
so
every
crazy.
plan, formulary for every plan. Back then, I was only selling one plan, which
Uh-huh.
wasn't bad. But then when I started selling 2-3 plans, so for each plan,
Mm-hmm.
I would have to have the big old books. That's why I have a little hunchback going on in the back, because it was insane. I would get to people's houses. It was like a diaper bag.
Sylvia's car looked
stuff.
like that low.
Yes. I would
Oh
get
my
there and I would put
goodness.
this big old diaper bag on the table, and they're like, "Ay, mija, that's so heavy for you." It's like, but I would use all the books. 'Cause they're like, "No,
Yeah.
I want this plan." Okay, let me take out this huge book.
It's so crazy how, and in very short period of time, that we now have the technology where we don't have to do that. Now it's
I
really
love
weird.
it.
You came in at a great time.
I would
because
not know what
Yes,
that feels like.
I know. It's crazy.
you look at a book now, you're like, what is this? Why am I using this again?
And then when I do go out to areas where I don't get the internet, I panic. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm just so used to the technology nowadays. Whatever you want, whatever information you need with Medicare, doctors, hospital, whatever, we can find out in the blink of an eye. Literally, look, like that, I can find out.
Yeah. Sylvia just erased herself. What was that? What's that movie, Independence Day, where they go like that?
Oh, Men in Black.
Yeah,
Men in Black?
Men in Black. Well, if you are on Medicare and you're wondering what the heck are they talking about, just call us and we'd be able to answer any
Yes.
questions. If you're an agent and you're like, what the heck are they talking about? Well, we have a lot of past shows that you can look at on YouTube, where the Medicare Space Live or Medicare Space, and you can find past shows on YouTube. But we want to talk about you. What are you guys up to this weekend? I want to hear what you guys are up to. We have Jessica that joined in with us. We have a few more people that just joined in. What are you guys up to this weekend? I want to know. And I want to let me just take a thank you real quick, because I want to thank everybody that has helped me this week. Sylvia, Adriana, everybody, because it has been, when you try to do an event by yourself, especially a wedding, it can get overwhelming, right? Because you're trying to pay a wedding coordinator. But we have had a lot of help, and we have a lot of people traveling to see to support us and see us. So, but guess what? Tomorrow is, and if you want to follow the wedding on Instagram, our hashtag, and I think we did it, hashtag Cabrera Fiesta.
Okay.
Ooh.
We were going to do Cabrera Pachanga, but I'm like, then when people are drinking, they'll probably misspell it, like Pachanga or Chaga or something. So we just did Fiesta. Okay. Everybody can spell Fiesta.
Yes.
Yes.
So hashtag Cabrera Fiesta, and you'll be able to follow us to see all of our pictures that people are posting.
Ready?
Am I ready? Yeah. I just need a nap when I get home.
Take a nap.
And some breakfast, which I have right here. But no, I'm ready. I'm ready to have a good time. I'm ready to see everybody that we love is going to be there, which is going to be awesome.
Well, your mom and your sister came down to help.
My
too,
mom
right?
and my sister are here. They're
Yeah.
probably watching on the big
Awesome
screen.
people helping you too.
And all your nieces and nephews too, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good.
All the nieces and
We'll get to meet
nephews.
'em.
Hopefully it doesn't rain, but we do have a backup plan. The botanical gardens were very professional in letting us know, oh yeah, don't worry about it. It's going to be like this or that. So
Cool.
even though we're like, what are we going to do? What are we going to? And then I got a calendar invite right now that says off for wedding. Like I have to schedule my time off for my wedding.
Go home.
Go home.
Did you get the posters for the parking?
I did get we did get the
Okay.
posters.
How did they
yeah.
come out?
Really, really nice. They
Good,
come out
good.
really very, very, very nice. So
Good.
I think we're ready. I'm pretty sure we're ready. Tonight, well, you always got the last minute stuff, but I think we're all set. What are you guys doing this weekend? I want to hear what you guys are
What
doing
is
this weekend.
going on?
What are you guys going to do this weekend?
I don't know. I have no
I don't
plans.
have anything to do tomorrow.
I don't think
I'm
you're
going to be at home.
You want to do something?
You want to go to a wedding?
out. We're going to a pachanga.
You going to a
I'm
pachanga?
going to a fiesta.
to a
Mm.
fiesta.
And then after that, it's back to like work because this
Yes.
is now that's what I love about my spouse because she's very supportive. She knows our line of work and the amount of time that I'm not able
Yeah.
to take off during this time. So we are doing our honeymoon next because if we did our honeymoon right now,
Yeah.
it would be very like
You'd still
I'd
be working.
I'd be working. I'd be
Yes,
like
yes.
thinking
you'd be
about
worried.
Yeah,
You would
so-
be able to have a good time. Yeah.
so at
it's
least in
best.
probably like next year, I have a team that
I
trust.
could hold it down, but then you come back and I wouldn't have any hair because I just pulled it out already.
You guys would have to learn how to work this equipment back here.
Oh, her.
Who's gonna be in charge of working the equipment when I'm gone?
Sylvia
She
said
is.
she wanted to learn how to use it because she's been so good about learning all the new technology with
Mm.
Medicare that she's like, I cannot wait to run the podcast.
Pinocchio. I
When,
never said that.
So
Victoria's out.
I'm just gonna warn you guys. When I'm not here, when you don't see me in this seat, it's because one of them are working the back end. So if you don't hear sound, it's probably because they're not doing
And
something.
you just see us going,
They're just
For a whole hour doing that, right?
just laughing and doodling.
So everybody be laughing at us.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
won't tell us. They're like, look at those fools.
they will.
We also have a little surprise video for you guys that we did. It's super cool, but we're not going to release it
adorable.
just yet. We have a lot of good stuff coming up
Yeah.
for next year. This is going to look a little bit different next year, guys. Just to let y'all know, we want to make it a little bit more. Well, we don't want to give away too many secrets, so
No, don't.
you just
No.
have to tune in to just know what we're going to be doing. All right. You got to follow us. And you guys have been awesome following us every Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's late enough for you people that don't like to wake up. And it's early enough if you're in the West Coast to still watch it, right?
Yeah.
They're 2 hours behind, 8, 9, 10.
Yes.
So yeah, if you're in the West Coast, you can still listen in.
Have you written the letters to each other? Remember how I told you? I wish I would have done it before I got married. So the
What is that?
day that you get married, well, let's do it tonight because you're already getting married tomorrow. You write a letter to each other about how much you love each other, how much you care about each other, how you first fell in love, whatever. So the day of the wedding, you each read each other's letters.
Ah,
You give that to each other, and then you have those letters later on. So when you're like, oh my God, I can't stand her, she's driving me nuts, or and because it happens, right? I've been married for a very long time.
well,
It reminds you of that moment. So
I will
takes you
talk
back
to
to that.
Carmenza about it tonight
Did y'all
or today.
write your vows? What are you going to say?
Yes, Sylvia, I did.
Okay. Are they ready?
Sure,
She's
they
ready.
are.
She's ready.
You know me. I'm like,
They're not ready.
She has it on a PowerPoint presentation in case anything happens.
y'all guys ready to get? You're gonna get. It's gonna be live. We're gonna have it on this big
Gonna have
screen.
fireworks in the background.
Fireworks, smoke coming out.
Somebody
when she
singing in the
walks in.
background.
And everybody's like, "Where's Comenza?"
Runaway bride.
It's all about Victoria. The Victoria show.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I don't know, guys. I'm ready and I'm tired at the same time.
Poor thing.
But I'm excited. I am super. Maybe I can't sleep because of the excitement.
I
Maybe
think that's
so.
what it is.
I think
Yes.
that's what
It's like the
is.
first day of school.
Yes. Yeah, I like that.
Melatonin.
Or the
I'm
first
gonna
day of a
take
new
you one
job.
today.
Oh,
When I first started here, I was like, oh my
Are
God.
you nervous?
I'm so nervous
For those
of
people?
excitement.
she's
Well, it was
like-
just me and Victoria back then.
Yeah, we grew pretty quick
Yeah.
around here.
Right.
Yeah.
Stephanie says, I'm cleaning up a rental house and probably going to my mom's to let Will out, her dogs, while she parties at the wedding. Sounds like Sylvia.
She's the best. She really is.
Yeah,
I have to
she,
drink. I
yeah.
have to.
And I bought all your favorite spirits.
I
So
can't
you could
wait.
dabble in all of them.
Dabble
but
in
a little of
bit.
each.
A
Yeah.
little bit of each.
I'm going to let the bartender know, though, like, hey, if her eyes are squinting, that's how you know you stop.
Or, let me have one. No, I don't.
If you see her dancing, that's how you know you. Getting back to Medicare stuff, do you guys have any questions for us? I know you do. If you do, put them in the comments. We'd love to hear them. Or if you're shy, and why am I talking right on the thing? If you're shy, you can always message us and we'll get the
Right.
questions and we can answer them on the next show. If you're if you don't want to put your name out there. We do have a few people still listening in, which I love you guys. Thank you so much for being so patient with us. We were just kind of talking nonsense today.
It's
we
a
have
nonsense day.
It's a nonsense day because we've been getting prepared for annual enrollment, as well as the wedding, as well as making sure that I don't know. I mean, we've just been doing a lot.
Yes. And call us. What's the 1-800 number?
1-800 scrolling on the thing. It's 866-717-8683, and it's right there on the screen. If you want to screenshot your camera, or if you're watching from an actual TV, you can just go click with your phone.
Click. And
click.
mine is 210-878-9534.
Is
So
that
you have a question on the weekend.
878-95? Yeah, it is 878-9534.
Yes.
Awesome.
But not tomorrow.
So guys, I hate to do this to y'all, but I'm gonna cut y'all this off a little early because I gotta get to getting.
To get in?
Hey,
I
you
gotta
gotta do
get-
what you gotta do.
You gotta get in.
I gotta get to stepping
Okay.
because I got something big to prepare for tomorrow. Okay, but I want to thank you guys for joining in today, and I want to thank you ladies for always coming through as well as always. And by this time next Friday,
You're a bit married.
This will be your last Friday.
I'm no longer on the market.
Crazy lady. Here she's out of the market.
I'm not on the market.
She's
I'm
gone.
single crazy. Did you say single crazy lady?
Yeah, single crazy lady.
Oh gosh.
Now I'll just be a married crazy lady.
Yes.
Which makes more sense, right?
That's what I am. Very crazy.
Yes, you're also, and I'm a single crazy lady.
We're all crazy.
So we got a little
All
mix of
crazy.
everything.
Yes.
We're all
A little crazy.
But we want to help you with your Medicare.
Yes.
Yes, whatever you need, don't forget to call. And we want to wish you a wonderful day tomorrow.
Yes.
And hopefully everything will go
Stress-free, beautiful day.
stress-free. Go home, get some rest, get some sleep. Tomorrow's the biggest day of your life. We're so happy
Yes.
and excited for you.
I got to work on my dance moves.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
But maybe not those. Okay.
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't think those either.
Married
We're-
crazy ladies are so much fun.
They are. Yes. Whoever said that. Yes, you're right.
Claudia said, married crazy ladies are so much fun. Are you a crazy married lady? Are you a married crazy lady? Married crazy lady?
Yeah, Mary Crazy Lady.
Say that 3 times really fast.
Yeah,
Yes.
say that. See? Crazy.
You're
But
insane.
I'm super helpful with Medicare.
Yeah, she is super
Yes.
helpful.
Whatever y'all need.
I turn
please
my
call
crazy
us.
off when I come into work. I save that for when I'm at home with my husband.
She does say that. She says, when I'm at home, I'm crazy. But when I come to work, I put the crazy behind me.
That's right.
Because I
There's
work
a
hard.
bucket in the front and she puts her crazy
put
in
my-
there.
She's like, guys, thank you so much for joining in today. We will see you if you're out on the streets working. Be careful through the rain, through all the crazy
Right.
storms that are going on. Well, Texas is a little weird. It's like storming in the morning and sunny in the afternoon.
It's like a crazy married lady.
It's like a crazy
It's
lady.
crazy. It is. San Antonio's insane.
Now I know what Katy Perry was talking about when she's like, "You're hot and you're cold. You're yes and you're no." That song.
Yes, I know that song.
Yeah,
That's
anyway.
true.
This is what happens, guys.
This is it.
This is it. This is for guys. by the way, I've done this twice already.
What?
Where I did this like 2 years ago, where I didn't know my age. And I really, every time people have been asking, I'm like, oh, I'm 37. I'm 37. Like this year, I'm 37. And my sister yesterday, she's like, girl, you are not 37. You're 38. And I'm like,
Hold
no,
the
I'm not.
phone. No, I'm
Oh, no.
not.
Oh, because she says my sister is 40. I said, no, Priscilla's not 40. She's 39. And I'm a year, like a year and a half younger. So I'm 37. And she's like, no, she's 39. And I'm like, no. And so I had to text one of my best friends. I'm like, Chrissy, how old am I? She's like, you're 38. I was like, what? She's like, here we go again. I'm like, how am I?
I do the same
If
thing
you look
too.
at your driver's license, it'll tell you that you
But
were
you know when you
born.
do when you do math and you're like, so like, you know, when you're like
Yes.
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and then you have to take off like when you know when you
The
do
month,
time
yes,
and you have to take off an hour to get the correct time. So I started having this like 1983. I'm like, hold on. And she's like, well, next year is going to be 2023, right? No,
yes,
2022.
22.
Uh-huh.
Oh, see, no, then I might be right. I don't know, guys. I think I'm 38. Anyways, this is what happens.
I lie about my age too.
I lie
But it's
all the
because I
time.
do the same
I
thing.
don't
I
lie.
forget. It's because I forget. And my husband's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, yes, I am. Shh.
Do
I
you forget
forget.
your age? Let us know. Like the little button if you forget your age.
I always forget. I don't know how old I am right now.
Really?
No.
How old do you think you are?
Maybe 53.
I think yep. I would
I
say
was
yes.
gonna
I would
say 50.
53.
I was gonna,
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
Mhm.
Well,
and that's it. I'm not getting any more birthdays.
well, I was like, I'm gonna be 40 soon. Which, you know, I have to say, like, I still look like a young chicken.
You do?
Spring chicken.
A
spring chicken.
That's what I think. So like when I look at sports, when I was younger, I used to love watching sports. And I would look at the sports people, I'd be like, oh, they're old, right? Now when I look at them, I'm like, oh, they're young. That's how you know you're getting old, when you're like, oh, those people are young.
That's
Yeah,
like Desiree
yes.
who says 30-year-old people are old. I'm like, excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, excuse me, Mija.
Excuse me.
30.
I'm gonna need you to take that comment back.
Or when
now.
you think like we were at Target yesterday and they have these new like models that are like not stick figure, they're like curvy.
They have figures.
And I'm
Really?
like, man, look at the chubby little
chubby chick.
the chubby model. But I'm like, damn, but she's thinner than me. I'm chubby.
You're comparing yourself
I
to
was
a
like, what
mannequin.
size is this? What's
Really? I haven't been to
mannequin.
Target in forever.
They're embracing the full figure woman.
Well,
And they're now they make Barbies like that too.
No, I want skinny mannequins and Barbie because as reality is, we're the heavy set ones. At least let me live my dream right.
She's living through the mannequin.
and
That's
the
great.
Barbies.
oh my God. Well, thank you guys for listening to our nonsense. Today was a nonsense show, right? Nonsense show. Sometimes you got to have a nonsense show.
Sometimes you feel
Okay.
like a nut.
Next-
Sometimes you don't.
Next week, though, we will be fully prepared to have a real conversation. We kind of talked a little real
Yes.
today.
No,
but-
you did. You had a lot of important information.
Okay.
So
You gotta stop. You gotta-
we're gonna let you guys go.
We
all
gotta
right,
go.
we gotta go.
Enough,
but
enough.
thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Be careful. Be safe on the road. Have a beautiful. If you're an agent, have an awesome annual enrollment
Yes.
period.
Yes.
If you're a customer, let us know how we can help you. And if you're just listening as a listener, thank you so much as always for always listening in. And we're gonna see you guys on the next show.
Yes.
I'll see y'all.
We'll see you.
Bye.